Hey guys, it's Meg. I am here this week with a new video for you. This is going to be our tarot reading for the week, so if you guys want to get a message from the cards, please come on in, have a seat, and we'll get started in a moment. Just a few quick housekeeping things before we get into the cards. Number one, if you like what you see in the video, please go ahead and click the like, subscribe, and the bell buttons. That way you can stay in the loop for when I post new work. It lets me know that you like what you see and want to come back for more. Thank you for being here. Number two, I have listed the decks I'm using for this reading as well as my social media. That's in the description. So if you want to see more from me outside of YouTube, you totally can. If you want to explore the decks I'm using, those are available for your consideration as well. And finally, I do take private readings. If you are interested in that, you can get in touch with me. There's a QR code in frame somewhere around. So please consider it if you are interested in that. If not, please don't worry. If you can't, again, please don't worry. I'm here to help where I can. And if this reading resonates with you, I'm happy to know that feedback is welcomed and appreciated. So thank you so much. If you are new here, hi, hello. My name is Meg. I will be doing some card reading for you today. I hope it is helpful and resonant, and you are here when you are meant to be. So thank you for joining me today. Okay. I usually like to start with some oracle cards and then move into some tarot. I feel like that gives me a complete picture of what's going on in the energy around us. So, with that being said, let's see what we need to see for today. Okay. Okay. So, to start our reading, we're going to see obstacles are detours in the right direction. Okay. Okay. Here is that. Okay. We have the Andara Palladium. I don't think I've seen this card here. Oh, that's pretty. Anyway, we have Andara Palladium, which represents adoration, wonder, and the inner fire. Okay. So there is that. Andara Palladium. Okay. We have the Hungry Ghosts, which represents obsession, scarcity consciousness, and attachments. Okay. There is the Hungry Ghosts. Okay. All right. And finally, we have the Turtle Spirit, which says slow and steady wins the race. Okay. Slow and steady wins the race. Okay. So, where do we even start? This is an interesting spread to me. Okay, because well, let's start with the Hungry Ghosts, since this is the one I'm looking at first. There's some things that are putting you in kind of a looping mindset. Your thoughts are potentially being, yeah, you're looping on something. There's a mindset that you're looping on. Okay, and I think this loop got triggered by some obstacle that got put in your spot. Okay, you were going down what you thought might have been the best path, and all of a sudden you kind of I'm getting an image of a car hitting a brick wall. Like you're the crash test dummy. You're being propelled down this path, and all of a sudden, nope, you've suddenly stopped because there's this obstacle that's put in the right path there, that's put in front of you. The other image I'm seeing is that you're the stream, there's a boulder in front of you, and you're having to figure out how to go around it. Okay. Yeah, there's an obstacle here that you're trying to get past, but right now it feels a little bit like you're stuck and you're letting yourself stay there. Okay. There's an attachment to this place that you're in, and I feel like that has to do with being too comfortable. Okay. Interesting. Okay, this is interesting because we have this Palladium, the Sandara Palladium card here, and we also have the Turtle Spirit. So there's some changes. Oh, let's start with the turtle. There's some changes that need to start being implemented, okay? But these are changes that can't happen all at once, okay? Because I feel at least the tendency of you, there's a tendency for you to want to accomplish everything all at once, okay? You want to make these grand changes all at once without considering the magnitude of things, okay? That's interesting here. Yeah, slow and steady. Implementing those changes need to come slow and steady, okay, instead of trying to do it all at once, okay? All that to say that there is still some inner fire that is coming out, okay? There's some fuel that could be put to it, but you can't just throw all of your lighter fluid on it all at once because the fireball is going to come up and it's going to be burning and hot, right? Yeah, yeah. Getting around these obstacles and these perceived obstacles may take a little bit of time and a little bit of patience. Okay, and this is why I think we're getting this turtle card here where it says slow and steady. Okay, trying to do too much at once isn't gonna serve. It's not gonna serve you. You might make mistakes that you have to go back and correct later, and backtracking might be contributing to that frustration. It might be fueling this obsessiveness over the situation. Like, how do I fix it? How do I fix it right now? How do I fix it? How do I fix it? There's that loop we're talking about. Go slow. It's not a good answer. I don't feel like that's a good answer, especially if you're resonating with what I said before it. But yeah, you gotta go slow. Sorry. Go slow, because what else do you have? Yeah, go slow because that's your energy. I think your energy might mandate it a little bit. Okay. But let's see what else we need to see. Let's get into our tarot. Okay. What we're going to do for our tarot, we're going to get some main energy, and then we are going to look at some hidden and clarifying energy, and then we'll figure out how we can put all of the reading together. Okay. So let's start with our main energy here. Okay. Main energy. What do we need? Okay. So, to start our main energy, we have the King of Cups, Okay, we've got the King of Cups. Okay, now the King of Cups, we have the Empress. Okay, we've got the Empress. Okay, we got the Empress. And we have the Seven of Cups. Oh, interesting. Okay, there's the Seven of Cups. Okay, so what strikes me here is that there's a lot of emotion attached with this issue. And that is fair. That is very fair because you've hit an obstacle that you didn't think was going to be a problem. Okay. So with this obstacle card here, it says obstacles are detours in the right direction. Okay, perfect. We're being knocked a little bit off our course so that we can realign, so that we can be in better alignment with what we know we deserve. This is a good thing. Okay, this is a really good thing, but you need to be a little more analytical about how you're feeling. Okay, because you're being offered literally everything you could ever dream. Okay, literally everything you could ever dream. There's the shiny pretty thing, there's a new house, there's a new car, there's massive amounts of money, right? Whatever it is you could possibly want, maybe you're getting that, and that's in this situation. Remember that this comes with fine print. Okay, and this is why I'm saying analyze it before you react. Okay, you've got abundance, and you've got abundance coming in spades to you. Okay, beautiful, perfect, love it. Okay, remember the fine print. Okay, remember the fine print, because this is going to be this is why I say, backtracking isn't going to serve you. Go slow, be steady, analyze versus react. Okay, because this is a deeply emotional time. Okay, I want to note the water motif is coming strongly here. Okay, we have the cups. I'm reading that this background in this Empress card as water. Okay, so there's a lot of emotion coming through here. Okay, analyze versus react. Whatever you're facing right now comes with fine print. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's see what else we need to see. Okay. What else? Ooh, okay. What else do we need to see? What else? One more here. Okay. So we had the Two of Wands fall out of the deck here. So we're looking at the Two of Wands. Okay. Two of Wands. Okay. We have the Eight of Coins. Interesting. Okay, Two of Wands, Eight of Coins. Okay, Two of Wands, Eight of Coins. And we have the Queen of Wands. Interesting. Okay. Here's the Queen of Wands. Well, okay. The first thought I had in my mind was that we're looking to ground our inner fire. I think there was an oracle card that said that. Yeah. Here we go. Here's our inner fire. We're looking to get that grounded again. Okay. Yeah, we're looking to get that grounded again. Here's the deal, though. Okay. The Two of Wands to me represents an open door. Excuse me. It represents an open door. Okay, this is important because, again, we're being offered a lot. We've been knocked off our main course so that we can get on the right path. Okay, we're being offered the world, pretty much. We're being offered the world. Let me get up the Seven of Cups again. Okay, okay, and things are looking bright. Things are looking rosy. Okay, but like I said, with that Seven of Cups, there's a fine print that we need to be aware of. Okay, we need to be aware of because there's this risk of um, making the choice on impulse and having to go back and correct mistakes we made along the way. It's backstepping. We don't want to do that right now. If we can avoid the backstep so we can make progress, um, that's important here. So with this Two of Wands, the door's open for you. Do you choose to stay, or do you choose to be comfortable, or do you choose to take the adventure? Okay. um that's okay. Okay, here's where grounding your fire comes in. You have the Queen of Wands here. So you're the type of person who nurtures passion, nurtures inspiration, nurtures it for yourself, and maybe serves as an inspiration for others. I think some of you have been told, hey, you inspire me. I'm going to do the thing that I've always wanted to do. Great. Okay. This is great. Okay. But these choices you have, um, you're being offered everything. Here's a fine print. Here's the fine print that you need to think about. What are you willing to put the effort in for? Okay. Ask yourself, are you here because you're looking to take the easy route, or are you here because you're looking to put in the effort? What efforts are you willing to put in order to achieve this? All right. You have an open door. You're being presented with the world. So what is it that you're willing to do? What is it that you're willing to do? What means the most to you? Okay. This Eight of Coins. Yeah, this Eight of Coins is diligent effort, hard work, finding a task that you're willing to lose time in. Okay. Okay. If none of these Seven of Cups, if nothing of the Seven of Cups means, if nothing of these Seven of Cups is important to you, maybe move on. Okay, maybe think about looking again. Okay, because you don't want to pick the cream of the crop here and have it be worthless to you. I hope that's making sense. Okay, but this Eight of Coins, what are you willing to put in for? Okay, what are you willing to put in for? Okay, what else do we need to see? Okay, what else do we need to see here? Okay, what else do we need to see? All right, let's see what else here. Okay. All right. Okay. We have the Judgment. Okay. We have Judgment. Okay. Okay, we've got Judgment. All right. We're getting Queen of Wands again. Interesting. Okay, we've got Queen of Wands. Okay, got the Queen of Wands. Okay, and yeah, we have the Lovers. This was another card that came out in the reading I just did previous to this. Okay, we have the Lovers. Okay. So yeah, we're back to looking at the choices you have on your plate here. Again, weighing the pros and cons of this situation is going to be very important to you. Okay, I wanna highlight the Lovers here. Okay, because this is choice incarnate. Okay, for some reason I'm hearing the thought of if it's too good to be true, it's probably not true. Okay, so this again bringing up the whole thing with read the fine print. If your gut, if your instincts are telling you the situation is too good, look again. You need to look again. Okay, I think that's where I was trying to get to with the explanation I gave previous to this. So, yeah, really do look again. Okay, have the Queen of Wands in repeat. So again, some of you are really showing up as a bright, fiery energy. You might also be resonating with this if your favorite colors are like red, black, maybe dark blue, navy blue kinds of colors. So the reds are coming out real strong here. The red tones, the red colors are really coming out strong here. Okay. Of course, we've got the flower motif in this card, so both have flower motifs here. So you're coming in hot. You are literally hot. You're passionate. Okay. But you have to temper it. Okay. You have to temper it. You have to balance it out because the question of what you're willing to do, what you're willing to put effort into is coming up, frankly. You have the Eight of Coins here. How are you going to ground your passion and your energy so you can make the best choice possible here? Okay. Now, you know you need to make this choice. Okay. You're hearing that call. You're hearing that trumpet blast in your head. It's like, oh, wow. Oh, this is important. This is really important. I have to listen to this. I can't not ignore this. I can't, ignoring it isn't an option. Okay. But if this is a matter of releasing an obsessive behavior or releasing something you've held onto too tightly, this is important. That's important to listen to, important to analyze. Okay. Again, I'm going to bring up the King of Cups here. Okay, because this is if this is a person that you know who can do this, the King of Cups is someone who feels their feels. They know what they're feeling. They're all heart. Okay, but they express themselves in a way that is, yes, it's emotional, but it's not reactive. Okay, that's what I feel compelled to tell you right now. Okay, you're in a very fiery, passionate state. Okay, because again, there's an obstacle that has knocked you off the path, and now it's like, whoa, I got things in front of me. What do I do? Whoa, holy crap! Slow down, analyze it. You have a choice to make. Okay, you have a choice to make, but that choice comes with fine print that you need to read. Okay. Okay. What else do we need to see? Okay. Ooh. What else do we? Oh, okay. All right. Okay, we had a bunch of cards fly out of this deck, so we're going to talk about it in a bit here. Let me get set up, then we'll see. Okay, so so we're going to see the King of Pentacles. Okay, we're going to see the King of Pentacles. Okay, all right. We're going to see the Three of Pentacles. Okay, we've got the Three of Pentacles. Okay, and we have the Star. Okay, so here's the interesting part here that I'm actually really appreciating about getting these cards out here is that we have the King of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles. To me, this is saying part of your work right now is to be grounded and to let yourself rest in that authority, that practicality, that sense of achieving your goal in a way that is aligned with your best interest. Okay, this may mean that you have to ask for advice, that you have to ask for help. Okay, but I'm getting a sense that this might run a bit more deeply. Okay, getting a sense that this might run a bit more deeply because this could be a spiritual aspect to this. Okay, so you're being presented with all of these options, all of these choices. You really don't know what to pick. Okay, and it might weigh a little bit heavy on you, because you're just not sure. Okay, you're really not sure. And what I think this is saying here is that your practicality and your groundedness needs to come through so it balances out this inner fire. Okay, and also you have the Star here as well. Okay, so there are things that you can do to help yourself navigate this path. Okay, whether it is accessing your sense of spirituality, if you choose that, that's up to you. But it also might mean that you look inside yourself, that you make time to reflect and pause. Okay, and I would suggest doing that, because again, you're being asked to make a choice. Okay, you're being asked to reflect on the effort you're willing to put in order to really achieve the things that are meant to be in alignment with you. Okay, so let's dig into some hidden energy here. I have a feeling there's more to the story, and I'm curious to find out. I don't know about you, excuse me. So let's see what else we need to see here. Okay, so we have, for our hidden energy, we have the Nine of Swords. Okay, we have the Nine of Swords. Okay, we've got the Nine of Swords. Okay, we have the Devil. Okay, we have the Nine of Swords, we have the Devil, Okay, oh, that's interesting. Nine of Swords, we have the Devil, we have the Two of Wands. Okay, there's our Two of Wands. Okay, and we have the Page of Cups. Okay, we have the Page of Cups. Okay, so I'm gonna go with the Nine of Swords and the Devil to talk about first here, because we're coming back to this idea of bondage and obsession. We're putting ourselves in a place that is kind of holding us back, and we know we need to change it. Okay. This is a willful thing we're doing to ourselves. We're holding on to things that aren't serving us. Okay, and it's unhealthy. It's not okay. It's uh, it's not great. Okay, it's not great, especially because we've been presented with an opportunity to make these changes. It's going to require hard work. It's going to mean that we have to slowly implement them. Okay. Um, Slowly implement those changes is what I mean here. Um, and I guess we're just recapitulating what we just said in the main reading here. The doors are open to do this. Okay, the doors are well and truly open to do this. Okay, it's just a matter of what you decide to do. Okay, it's a matter of what you decide to do. But here's the thing. Okay, your heart's on your sleeve. Okay, because this detour, these changes, all of that is important. It's special. This is a special time. Okay, but it's big. This is a lot to handle. Okay, your heart's on your sleeve. You know you're being offered a chance to explore what your emotions are telling you. Okay, but this is a chance to implement those lessons. Okay, because you've definitely learned a lot about who you are, how you feel about things. Okay, um, and it's a chance to really dig into your King of Cups energy and really let yourself feel without being reactive. Okay. Okay. So that is our hidden energy here. Okay, that's our hidden energy. Let's see some clarifying energy here. What do we need to see for our clarifying energy? Okay, so to clarify the hidden energy and the main energy, we're going to start with our Page of Swords. Okay, there's our Page of Swords. Okay, there's a Page of Swords. All right, we have the Page of Swords. Okay, we have the Two of Swords. Okay, Two of Swords. I did read that correctly. The Two of Swords. Okay, we've got the Two of Swords. Okay, the Two of Swords. We've got the Nine of Swords. Okay, you've got the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords, and we have the Emperor. Okay, we've got the Emperor. Okay, all right. So given that we have the Nine of Swords and the Emperor here, what's clear in this situation here is that you're definitely feeling some anxiety over this detour, over these obstacles, and that's fair, okay, because it knocked you off the path. You were comfortable on that path, and it's like, nope, actually, no, we're not going to let you keep going here, okay? But what you need to know is that even if you are missing details right now, part of this Two of Swords is that you have some choices to make, but you're hesitating. In this case, you're missing information. You're missing information. Okay. But the encouragement here, because there is some encouragement, is that you're actually in better control than you think you are. Okay, you have more control of your situation than you think you do. Your abilities are a lot stronger than you believe they are. Okay, you have more of a grasp on this situation than you're letting yourself believe. Okay, so give yourself some credit. Give yourself some credit, but also know that this is such a good time for you to look at things from a different perspective. Okay, what you thought might be true might not actually be. Okay, it might not be that way for you anymore, and that's okay. It might feel a little strange to see it from that angle, but that's an important angle for you to look at your situation from. Okay, so yeah, take it slow, because you're part of this is processing. Take that processing slow. Okay, don't try and rush yourself, because again, backtracking. I think I've said this before, but backtracking isn't going to help you right now either. Okay, but it's a good chance to explore new ideas, see new perspectives. You have the tools in place. Maybe now is a good time to try. Okay. Okay. So that was our clarifying energy. Let's see how we can use all of what we just saw from our oracle to our main. How do we use all of what we're seeing right now? Okay. Let's see what we need to see for our energy of how to use this. Okay. Yep. We got strength. Okay. Got strength. All right. We have strength. We have the Queen of Cups. Okay, we've got strength. We've got the Queen of Cups. Okay, strength, the Queen of Cups. Okay, got the Queen of Swords. Oh, bestie. Oh, just looked at this card. We'll get to it in a minute. But we have the Queen of Swords. Okay, the Queen of Swords, and we have the Queen. We have the Queen of Wands. Okay. So as for how to use all of what we just saw in this reading, we're going to have to tap into our strength. I mean, we have the ability to overcome our base desires. Hold your horses just a moment, my friend. Hold on, because it just occurs to me. It occurs to me that we already have strength out in this reading. It also occurs to me that it could be in the last reading, and that is okay too. Yeah, I think it was in the last reading. Okay. That is fine. Judgment, Queen of Wands, Queen of Lovers. And, well, I was right, because we already have the Queen of Wands as a repeat. Yeah, it wasn't the last reading. Okay. Never mind. Never mind about strength, but what I said about it just a bit ago actually still stands, because we have the ability to overcome base desires. by staying in calm control. We have the Emperor, okay, we have King of Cups, we do have 2 of the 4 pages, okay, but what I really want to emphasize here, okay, is the fact that this is a complex situation. There's a lot of thoughts, there's a lot of feelings, there's a lot of choices to make. Okay, remember we have the 8 of coins, but we have to treat ourselves kindly too. Okay, we can't just be hard on ourselves right now because maybe we don't necessarily have all the information we need. Okay, I basically hamstrung you guys over reading the fine print in this choice. Okay, but I want to emphasize the fact that we need to be kind to ourselves with how we're feeling. Okay, we need to allow ourselves to go deep and reflect on our emotions. Okay, we need to let ourselves do some gentle reflecting too. Okay, this reflection needs to be gentle. Okay, and we also need to understand that we're doing the work. Maybe the work that we're doing right now is serving as inspiration for other people. Okay, because maybe they're in the same boat that we're expressing ourselves in. Okay. If you're not, if nobody's told you, hey, you inspire me, tell yourself, I'm an inspiration to myself. I can do this work. I can reflect and pause and listen to my heart. I can analyze the situation I'm in rather than be emotional because of it. Okay. And you certainly have every reason to be in that place. Okay. But you're still here. You're still doing the work. You're still trying. I believe in you. Let me be your cheerleader. If you can't cheerlead for yourself, let me do that for you. Okay. But please know that whatever you choose to do for yourself in this situation, you do have what it takes. Okay. So that is it for this reading, and thank you for being patient with me. I said this in a couple of other videos. There's a live stream up about this as well, but I have taken a bit of a break in order to pause and recharge. So I will be back with other videos, but it will be on a bi-monthly basis, so there will only be 2 videos a month moving forward. That is what I feel I can sustain right now. I may change it, but when and if that happens, you guys will know more. So thank you for being patient with me in my absence. I'm gonna call this reading quits here. If you guys like what you see in the video, thank you for your consideration. You guys know what buttons to push, where to go if you want to get in touch with me. Commissions are available if you want one. Don't worry about it if you can't. Until the next video, guys, I will see you very soon. But until then, stay safe, and I love you lots. Bye, everybody.